Welcome to SBI Motor Japan. On this channel, we are going to talk about cars made in Japan. And today, I'm going to be introducing to you cars that are under $1,000. So please stick around with us. Make sure you subscribe because we have the best deals. What kind of image do you have when you hear Japanese cars? So today, I'm going to introduce to you 3 Japanese cars that are actually below $1,000. The following are the 3 cheapest Japanese cars you can ever find. When you want to buy a car, you look at the basics. For example, this car, just look at it from the outside. Looks like it's in a pretty good condition, right? It's not that clean, but you know, it looks very good. Look at the rear, you have to look at the muffler. This is one of the important things. Is it rusted? Is it working? But this one looks like it's functioning properly. So these are the basics that you have to look at when you want to buy a used car in Japan. So it's important to look at things like the steering wheel. You can see this one, it's in pretty good condition. Look at the gear stick. Is it moving? Is it stable? And also things like the seats of the car. Are they worn out? Are they clean? Are they shaky? Are they strong? Are they stable? These are the things you have to look at when you are looking to buy a second-hand car in Japan. These are the basics. These are very interesting cars because it looks very small on the outside. You can see the body is curved, so this gives you more space on the inside. The seats are, you can recline the seat to have more space. For example, you are going for a picnic or something like that. You need more space to carry your stuff or you're moving. This car is a perfect car for that because it looks very small on the outside, but it's actually very, very functional. As you can see, the steering is in pristine condition. And what I love about this car is actually the gearbox. The gearbox is up here. It is usually down here, like in the middle, and that really denies you space. This one is just next to the steering, which is very accessible and very, very, very compact. But at the same time, it gives you space, it gives you leg space, and you can even sit 3 people in front here, but it's not allowed. You can see the lowest places in front of you. So this car is definitely a very good car, and I would recommend it to you because it has actually exceeded my expectations, guys. You've just seen what I've introduced to you today. This car right here, you've seen the features that this car has. Can you imagine all that for less than $1,000? Isn't that not a great deal? This is the first car I'm introducing to you today. After this, I'm gonna go and introduce to you 2 more cars which are better. And can you imagine, what you won't believe is that all of these cars today are under $1,000. So please come with me as we check out these other cars. This is our second car of the day. You know the main points to watch or to look out for when you are looking for a car. Like for example, this one, you start on the outside. This is actually a Sienta, right? It's a Sienta, it looks very small, but you won't believe it. This is a 7-seater. It looks very small, but it's actually a family car with a capacity of 7. But when you're looking at a car that is second-hand, you look at the basics such as the bonnet. How's the bonnet looking? Is it rusted? Does it open properly? Those are the basics. How are the wings? Are they close to the tire? And what is the tire's condition? Yeah, as I was saying, things like the muffler. Look at the muffler. Is it too rusted? Those are the things you cannot ignore. 2 people can actually fit in the back, and these seats can also recline to give you more space. For what? For storage. You can store a lot of stuff here because this car is a very, very functional car. And what I love about the body is that the body is curved. So this gives you more headspace, or if you have stuff that are long, this headspace will really, really come in handy. One of the things that you have to look at when you're getting a car is the condition of the seats before you look at any other thing. Because a seat is the place where you really have to pay attention, because this is where you'll be sitting. I mean, basically, even in your house, your seats must be pretty looking good. It doesn't matter what type of house you have. Man, guys, this thing is very comfortable, man. The seat here is so comfortable. And one thing that you might not know, or you have to know by now, is that the Japanese taxi is actually based on the Sienta. So you can just imagine how much these seats are comfortable. So this is a car that has actually been made with a lot of technology put in it, and it is something that you'll definitely enjoying just driving around. And when you're tired of it, you can make it a taxi. Why not, right? It's a beautiful car. You'll enjoy it, guys. I promise. This is the second car of the day, and you can see by yourself what type of a car it is. It's a Sienna. This is a very, very functional car. It looks small from the outside, but it's a family car. I can't believe that this small car can fit 7 people and they sit in comfortably. Why? It's designed like a taxi. This is one of the best deals on the market. It is small, it is functional, it is 7-seater, it's a 7-seater. You won't believe this. It's actually under $1,000. I'm telling you, this is unbelievable. I want to buy it right now. I want to buy this car right now. That's how much I love this car. You know, we have a saying in Kenya that the car in front of you is always a Toyota, and it's not a lie. Today I'm going to introduce to you the famous Toyota Vitz. This car is a very, very compact car. This car is very, very compact, but you won't believe it. Again, the space inside this car is just crazy, man. It's so big in the inside. It looks very small on the outside, but it looks very big on the inside. Just like the other two cars, you can look at things like the muffler. The muffler, if it is too rusty, then we have a problem. This is one of the things that you should not ignore about the muffler, apart from other things like the mileage and all those other important things. And this Vitz, one thing I like about it, it's how compact it is. This is a car enough for 4 people actually. And you know, right now the boot, the trunk looks so small, but look at that, and boom, that's magic. You can fit an entire building in here, you know what I mean? You can fit an entire house in here. It's very, very functional because the back seats can recline to create more space for what? It's always crazy because it looks small, but you don't feel like you're crammed into a small space once you enter in this car, because the seats can recline and also can be adjusted. This gives you more leg room, and also, as I said before, if you want to use the trunk and it's not enough, you can easily recline the seats. Let's look at the driver's area. I'm a pretty tall guy. I can stretch my legs to the end and sit comfortably in this car, and I'm just a passenger. So moving to the driver's seat, wow, I feel like I'm a race car driver because you know, the seat just hugs my body in a very, very comfortable way. And again, this car is very, very well laid out, like you can see at this area. The gearbox is just right by you if you want to feel like a race driver. And also the meter, you can see everything pretty clearly, and the steering is pretty firm, it's pretty good. And just like all the other cars, you cannot ignore the importance of good seats, and this is one of the things you should always look up to. You should always look out for when you are looking at a used car. Are the seats rusty? Are they shaky? Are they strong? Are they, you know, because when you're driving, you want to be in a very safe car, and very strong, stable seats are the secret to safety. The pricing of this car is just what gets me, man. This car is so cheap, man. This car is so inexpensive. It's something you can afford without breaking the bank. This is one of the things you should definitely consider. Why will you be crowded in a bus or in public transport when you can save for a month and get you your own personal car? You can see the Vitz, beautiful, pristine condition. The engine is working well. There's no any problem with this car, and you won't believe the price, under $1,000. What can you do with $1,000? Just a pair of shoes, man. Why don't you own a car instead of owning a pair of shoes, man? $1,000, you cannot do much about it, you know, with $1,000. So if you want this great car in an amazing condition, just hit me up and let's talk. Let's see how I can get this car to you so that you can stop being crammed in a bus with a million other strangers, especially during this COVID time. You need your own personal space, man. This car will help you social distance.